If you are insulin resistant or struggling with metabolic health or overweight and you're trying to figure out like what the heck's going on in your body, I need you to know something. If your doctor is only checking your A1C and your glucose, you can completely miss the fact that you have insulin resistance, metabolic differences, changes that we don't want to see. You can completely miss it, and here's why. Your A1C happens when your glucose is elevated too often for too long. You're going to start seeing that number go up. And your glucose is only going to be high when it's high, but we're not checking it randomly. We're checking it when you're fasted. So insulin has had its ability to drive it down like it's supposed to. That's what we want it to do. That's its job, one of its jobs. But what we're not seeing in those tests is how much insulin your body needs to make to get your blood sugar to come down. And that is the ticket to insulin resistance. So what happens in insulin resistance is your body releases insulin to tell the cells to take the glucose out of your bloodstream because too much glucose in your bloodstream is dangerous. It's not good for us. And over time, when we are constantly spiking our blood sugar, our body's cells become resistant to the message of insulin to open up. And so over time, it takes more and more insulin to do the job. The problem is when you have more and more insulin being released to do the job, that insulin is actually impacting the other things that it's responsible for messaging. And it's interfering with proper hormone production in other areas of your body. So long before we ever see an elevated A1C or an elevated fasting glucose, we can be dealing with elevated insulin. So if you want to know, so if you have the symptoms of insulin resistance, you're struggling with your weight, fatigue, low energy, thinning hair, hormone imbalances, hangriness, but those 2 tests are coming back normal, then ask your doctor to run the fasting insulin and you will know for sure if you have insulin resistance or not.